It's time for trigger warning.
Trigger warning! Fuck your feelings, you little snowflake. Triggerwarning.tv.
How dare you!
Hello and welcome to Trigger Warning. We're back. How are you guys doing? Hope you're well. How are you, Graham?
I'm okay, man. I'm all right. Yeah.
Why have you got your Christmas jumper on?
I came out the shower and things got all last minute, so I've just got this on.
Well, we've got a problem now.
Why? What's happened?
Well, first of all, before we crack on, let's bring in our guest for tonight. We're joined, of course, by Mr. Sean Mawson himself, the news junkie. There he is.
Hey, how are you guys?
Hey, man, nice to meet you.
It appears at least two of us made the effort.
This is my finest homeware.
Well,
it's not red, though.
It was red top night tonight, Greg.
Was it red top night? Oh, for fuck's sake. You never tell me these things, and then I always look at it.
It's not my problem if you don't check the memos, dude. The Trello. TeamSpeak, yeah? Salesforce.
Right. You and your passive-aggressive Trello posts. Fucking hell.
Sean, how you doing, mate?
Good, considering the circumstances. I'd like to get the fuck outside, but other than that, things are fine.
Well, yeah, here we are on day 4,336 of lockdown, possibly. I'm losing track now. Everything's annoying me. Everything. Every slight thing. And I'm basically coming undone. Even though my life hasn't changed, for some reason, I'm desperately coming undone.
It's not about what you would actually do. It's about what you're able to do, right? The telling you can't do something is enough to piss you off. Are the liquor stores still open there?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and actually, just today, this is news for everyone. Uber Eats has been extended to your local off license.
Oh, nice.
So if you're really desperate and you really can't get out, you can Uber Eats that shit. It's illegal.
I am gonna get so shit-faced on Saturday.
Like it's a couple of quid more for a bottle of whiskey, but you're getting it delivered for free, so fuck it.
Oh, imagine that. Booze. What a time to be alive.
I know, man.
Right.
Well, wartime, this is when we make our greatest developments, isn't it? And right now, we're all miserably sat home watching Amazon Prime. Uber have gone, I know, let's deliver alcohol.
Well, in the UK here, Sean, just we all got a letter from the Prime Minister.
Is he still writing letters? I thought he was in the hospital.
I'm really concerned that he was the one licking the envelope shut, if I'm honest with you. I'm not happy about that at all. No, we all got a letter from the Prime Minister saying, stay inside, you're doing great. I'm going to imagine this was before they were trying to force oxygen into him. But all about social distancing, all the supermarkets have one-way systems in them and lines on the floor and arrows. I keep going down the wrong. I got told off for it today.
Oh, people yelling at you?
Yeah, the store went, have you not noticed the arrows on the floor? I had to be honest. Like, no.
No, nobody's noticed that because you're just winging shit. Every week we go in, there's some new thing that you've created that is the new fucking rule that's going to save us all.
No, I wasn't looking at the fucking floor. I was looking at the empty shelves. Thank you very much.
Well, also, I find it rude that they would assume that if I had noticed the arrows, I would in any way obey them.
I know.
Right.
I know.
What difference does it make if I'm walking that way near somebody or that way near somebody?
I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, specifically here in the United States, our strategy in fighting this thing seems so stupid when you think about the fact that everybody in the zip code that I'm in right now, you can't go to the bar, you can't go to the restaurant, but every single person in the zip code goes to the same grocery store, and we touch all this shit, and we walk around, and we grab the same carts and stuff, and so slowly. Each one of us will just get it from grabbing the same bread or something. I mean, it doesn't make any sense. And there's still churches going here.
I noticed in Florida. Well, I did want to talk to you about that afterwards, but I also noticed because as you know, I follow your Twitter feed. It's at the NewsJunkie. He has a tremendously popular radio show on what's the station?
It's on a bunch of stations. We're on about a dozen stations in the southeastern United States, but it's based out of a station called WTKS Real Radio 104.1 in Orlando.
I love the random letters in American radio stations. You're listening to A, B, C, D, E, F, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
That's right. You guys don't have call signs over there, right?
No, we don't do that shit.
No.
We give them names.
You just have 900 BBCs. Isn't that the way it works?
Yeah, we have loads of BBCs. and the television stations as well. I noticed in Florida, the state where they measure the distance between people in alligators. I did see a leaflet. That was fucking beautiful. Stay one large alligator apart.
Yeah. I got a lot of love for that. I've got a soft spot for Florida. I don't know what it is. So I just have
a big mouse.
I follow loads of random, like, really small news agencies, for like individual counties, like county news and county police and stuff. And I get weird things like that, like alligator things, and they go, make sure you take your gun out of your car at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. check. And I'm like, this is so far from my world.
Graham, did you notice I'm followed by Fox News Orlando?
Oh, yeah.
I'm
Fox 35.
Yeah, but like it was the most random thing in the world. We're going to follow you. Why? I will never say anything you could ever do anything with.
I know a lot of people over there. I'm on Fox 35 here in Orlando quite a bit doing stuff, but I don't know. Maybe did they see you interacting with me and follow you, or did they just randomly go before that?
It was ages ago. They just followed me, so I said hello, hi. And I followed them back.
That's strange.
Hayden's one of those dangerous people that news agencies like to keep an eye on.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. I don't blame them for doing that. I would definitely have you on whatever lists are out there.
Oh, I'm on lots of great lists.
Yeah, I bet.
But not the same ones that Graham's on.
No. Mine mean that I have to go and sign once a week and declarations and things like that. Yeah. Outside of certain.
Well, anyway, in Florida, I saw this on Sean's feed, and I went to have a look at the news. They're so keen on social distancing that they put the worst website in the history of the world together to do the unemployment benefit, and made everyone stand really close together in a queue. Yeah. Hundreds of people in the heat.
Yeah, yesterday there was hundreds of people outside gathered to get paper versions of the unemployment documentation because the website was crashing every 5 seconds, throwing up 500 errors, and it was just an absolute catastrophe. And now we've got, I think there's some numbers saying like 30% of people in the state of Florida, at least people under the age of 35 or 40 or whatever the number they use, 30-something% of people were out of business. So they're all trying to go to this website at the same time, and the website's an absolute piece of shit, and it doesn't work. And then that sends them out on the streets, which gets them in crowds, which gets them possibly infected with COVID-19, and round we go. So it all makes sense.
Bad mood in a state where concealed carry is okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We figured that out.
But what I like is the fact that obviously the coder for the website that they got from Fiverr.com, the time zone in India was very different. Couldn't get him on the phone.
You know what they'll do? Speaking of India, if you feel bad and you're stressed, and I know that going out and queuing for the paper and stuff was bad. If you feel bad, have a look at what's going on in India right now, because that is fucked up. And you will look around you at your relatively lavish isolation and be so happy. You'll be so like queuing up at the supermarket. India is fucked right now. Fucked. They're like mass moving migrants, so it's like packed into trains like they're going to Auschwitz. It's not good, man. Something bad is going to explode there over the next month.
So I haven't even seen. Have they had an explosion in numbers in India in the last couple of months or last couple of weeks?
It's happening right now. Literally, the panic is happening right now. So everyone's panic buying. But the queues for vegetables, we're talking like a 3-lane road with people physically queuing up, doing the 2 meters apart, just up and down the entire road as far as you can see. Thousands and thousands of people queuing for one vegetable shop.
Oh, great.
Insane.
They're really pushing that herd immunity idea over there, aren't they?
Oh, they're going to win herd immunity.
Well, somebody's going to end up, I don't know if it'll be Sweden. I know Sweden's toying with this right now. And I don't know if they'll go full throat on it, but somebody, whether it's India by accident or Sweden, is going to end up seeing what happens if you do this completely and totally wrong. Like if you or maybe not to say wrong, but if you just let the hands off the lever and see what happens, we're going to see that. And whether that will be catastrophic or not will be, well, I mean, I hate to say interesting to watch, but shit, it'll be kind of interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, there's no point in lying. I'd rather it was Sweden that fell, because no offense to the Swedes, but I don't get fuck all from your country. I really don't fucking care. So India makes lots of shit really cheap that we need.
Yeah.
So, drugs and stuff. Volvos and IKEA. I don't need that bad.
Yeah, you know what I've heard about India that they were struggling with when they were trying to tell everybody to work from home. I saw some story that said most Indians aren't equipped for that. They don't have like laptops and computers at home, which surprised the hell out of me.
Oh yeah,
they wouldn't.
Yeah.
They don't have that, I guess. They've just go to an office.
They've just got YouTube. That's where that whole PewDiePie versus T-Series thing came from. The whole subscribe to PewDiePie meme. The only reason T-Series has become the number one subscribed channel is because of a country of 1 billion, like 100 million of them basically subscribe to T-Series now, because that's the first thing they did when they got online.
Right.
They've just got YouTube just now, pretty much. The last couple of years, but relatively speaking, because they've only just now got a middle class, an actual middle class. In the sense that there's people working and they've got extra money and they've got a little bit of luxury, and so when all our call center jobs go over there, it's annoying for some of us, and it's annoying when you have to phone them and you're like, what? But it's actually creating phenomenal wealth over there. Phenomenal wealth. Things like DVD players and TVs, the way that we have them, were not a thing 10, 20 years ago.
What gets me is how many people are called Barry and Dave and Sharon. I didn't know they were names.
It makes me sad because during the day I put a guy called Kit Boger on who phones scammers. He baits scammers. Right. And he's got a voice changer and he pretends to be old ladies and that. But he's actually a computer programmer, so they're not going to scam him. And he's got a fake bank that he's coded himself that they log into. So they think they're stealing all his money, and all he's doing is getting all their IP addresses and stuff.
Is this the guy who hacked the security cams during one of the calls with somebody in India? That's
Jim Browning. That's a friend. Jim Browning's from England, actually. No, this guy's
okay.
No, Kit Boger's very, very similar. Like, they're friends with each other, but Kit Boger does it in character. Like it's more of a show. He's got a team that are doing all that stuff. They're doing all the hacking and all that, but you don't see that. You just see this guy pretending to be an 83-year-old man with dementia. Joe Biden basically. So he pretends to be Joe Biden, and they're like trying to take advantage. And the best thing is, because these are the worst scum on the planet who are trying to rob his savings from him, everything he does is just completely fine and great. He'll torture them for hours. It's brilliant. I love him, but he's bored now because they're all shut.
Right.
Remember that big scam that went around for a while where they'd email you saying, I've had malware on your computer. I've watched you visiting these porn sites. Send me Bitcoin and that. I offered to send one Bitcoin if they'd send me the video because it sounded really hot. He didn't even fucking get back to me. I offered Bitcoin.
I'm getting old, man. My little dude doesn't dance so often these days. If you've got a video of me in action performing, get that shit over here.
Post that shit on YouTube, dude.
Oh yeah. Tell everyone.
He's 10 years old. I'm really good at it now. Let people see the technique. What's wrong? Come on.
So is everybody freaking out over there because the prime minister is still in ICU? Is that? I mean, that's got to cause a lot of people to freak out.
Mostly, what we have are arguments from people going, get well soon, Boris, and then people going, no, die, Boris. That's the thing at the moment, because the left.
That's not a good look.
The left are very kind in their political outlook. And they just want him to die. Because to be fair, he was part of the government that did defund the NHS terribly. But at the same time, everyone should make the point. He's a father, a brother, a son.
Yeah.
And prime minister. Let's just go get well soon, mate.
He's running the show right now and doing his very, very best to coordinate to reduce as many deaths as possible. Thankfully, though, I think the people wishing death on him are a very small, hateful minority that are just very loud on social media.
Right.
I think I think most people are out there right now building temporary hospitals. Have you seen the Nightingale hospitals we've had? I don't get like this very often, but I was really fucking proud of my country seeing the time lapse of them building these. You know, like when you know, do you remember you saw the ones in China that were just basically portaloos with barred windows, and they were just death conveyor belts with a furnace at one end. The British one's bigger than that. Fucking phenomenal.
Huge. What was it, 4,000 beds per Nightingale?
It's crazy, man.
One in Manchester as well now, haven't we? The GMEX.
The GMEX, yeah. So they're getting massive existing buildings and just converting them at phenomenal rates. And thankfully,
the army are building them.
Yeah.
So, and you hope that they'll never have to use them. I mean, we've got. So, what was that?
They've already started.
I've already started what?
We've already started using the Nightingale hospitals.
Oh, really? There's already people in there?
Yeah. Only in London so far, but London's fucked, mate. London is fucked. It's its own island right now. It's like New York, you know?
Yeah, but in New York, they built this gigantic hospital. I forgot, 2,000 beds or something. I don't remember exactly how many beds it was. And they set it up for the same thing. And I think I saw today there's like 65 people in there or something. You know, there's not a lot of people actually in there yet. It's more just in case they get this bigger explosion, so they have the beds to put people in.
That's basically our position right now, because the models are putting it at, like, you know, sort of the next 2-3 weeks. Although in your country and our country, thankfully, they've been revised downwards now, haven't they?
Yeah, we're not accelerating in new cases or new cases that are tested. But I can't trust any of the figures. We've had the largest amount of deaths so far in one day. It was almost 1,000. But things I've been looking into over the last few days have made me realize fucking everything is being recorded as a COVID death.
Yeah.
Because doctors, if they suspect COVID, they sort it out that they suspect it's COVID. They put you on an expected to die notice where you won't be. It won't be referred to a coroner. And I know this.
Here's why that's Here's why that's bullshit. So if you are in a hospital right now, I think there's some studies in Italy that showed an insane amount of the healthcare professionals that were getting infected with COVID-19, because this seems to be just about the most contagious thing that we've ever seen. And if you're in a hospital, the likelihood that you're going to end up getting this seems a lot higher than if you weren't in a hospital, right? So let's say you go to the hospital and you're suffering, you had a heart attack. You might get a test and the test might show you had COVID-19, but when you died of a heart attack. It just so happened that you had COVID-19.
Someone who was famous.
I think it fucks up the data. I think if you want good data, the data should be, was COVID-19 the determining factor in this person dying? And if that's the case, it should count as a death. Otherwise, you just muddy up the data.
Well, that's what we're dealing with, isn't it? That's why Germany has such low figures, because they're not reporting most things as COVID. In the UK, it's all of these cases, all the old people dying in old people's homes, people dying at home, some dying in hospital. We had a comedian. He was famous in the 70s and 80s. He was in hospital, massive congenital heart failure. You know, he was done. While he was there on his way to dying, he contracted COVID-19.
Yeah.
It was said to be a COVID-19 related death. This guy was going, there was no stopping what was happening to him. But because he contracted that, he went on the stats. My mother-in-law will go on the stats of COVID-19. She's never been looked at by a doctor.
Really?
Yeah.
She'll be on those stats.
A doctor hasn't even been in the same room as her, never mind fucking tested her.
Nope.
Right. Yeah. And I think that causes problems. It dirties the data. And that's so important right now. It is weird talking about the celebrity angle. You're talking about this comedian. Everybody talks about this disease, and so many people I don't know about over there, but in the US tried to downplay it at the beginning. It's just the flu, blah, 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 blah. The one thing that sticks out to me is, every year, not everybody who gets the flu goes public with it or anything. But there's been a stunning amount of famous people that have gotten this, and celebrities that have died in just the last couple of weeks. That to me sticks out.
Most celebrities, though, have minor symptoms. Have you not noticed that?
Right. Yeah.
I've got COVID-19, but I have minor symptoms.
Well, not only that, there was a bunch of stories here. Somebody said when things started to get bad in the US, somebody said, why is it that all these celebrities are coming out and saying that they have COVID-19? How are they even getting the tests? And they found out that they were going to these personal doctors that celebrities would pay to come in house.
Yeah,
and they were paying like $2,000-$3,000 to take the COVID tests. And nobody else could get them, but they had all the money in the world to get them.
I think the other side to it, though, is, they're celebrities with a lot of money surrounded by yes people, yes men, and the tests they actually took at the time weren't very accurate at all. We didn't know enough about COVID. We didn't know enough about how it's broken up.
Important thing, guys. If you're paying $3,000, you want a positive outcome for anything you pay $3,000.
Yeah, really.
You've got it, mate, but you're going to be all right. I'm taking care of it.
A little smiley face with it. You got to have something.
A little plaster with a smiley face.
My doctor is the best. I would say, though, on the data thing, in terms of the deaths and all that, it's kind of a luxury we don't have at the moment, because this is a brand new virus and we don't know if it's going to mutate. We don't know if it's going to do. Understandably, right now, seeing this tidal wave come across the planet of overburdened hospitals, and that's the issue. When the hospitals get overburdened, that's when the death rate goes up, regardless of the ins and outs of it. So, unfortunately, with the death and how they're being recorded and all that, that's a luxury we're not going to have until probably after Christmas, when they can actually go through. And we've got a little bit now. Go on.
Seen the US deaths, for the last day.
Yeah.
1,781.
Yeah.
That's 1,000 more than Spain.
The issue though is right now all deaths in the UK are lower than our 5-year average.
Yeah.
So even though we've got all these COVID deaths that are obviously people with other things, we're actually lower than we have been for 5 years. And I think, it could be that 1,700 deaths, 1,600 of them might have been dying anyway.
It's going to drop. Flus. Do you know why? Everyone's been washing their fucking hands for a change.
That's the thing. Yeah, there's no way.
There'll be less food poisoning.
No one's getting run over. No one's getting stabbed.
Yeah.
So I live here in Orlando, Florida, and I think maybe a mile, not even a mile from where I am, is our big hospital. It's called ORMC, or Orlando Regional Medical Center. And so many people in town have been going, well, they must be making so much money right now. I know our healthcare is way different than yours, so that might even sound weird, but they must be making so much money right now. There's so many people going in there. And I know people who work at the hospital, right? And they told me the place is empty, basically. They've shut down all elective procedures. Nobody's out driving, so nobody's getting in car accidents. People aren't out shooting each other, so you don't have that kind of traffic coming through. And if you don't have COVID-19 patients, which I think they have like 6 over there, the hospital is just hemorrhaging money right now. And all of our other fatalities, to your point, Graham, are just diving. Like those statistics, year over year, it's going to look fucking weird because people are going to go, wait, why did the murder rate drop so low? Why did this drop so low?
Isn't it weird that no one died from a heart aneurysm or something, or for the first 3 months of 2020? That's so strange.
Yeah.
Usually we'd have 50,000 die across the entire country.
Hospitals in the US, didn't we? And the fact that we were looking into it, and we discovered, especially across the Midwest, there are hundreds upon hundreds of hospitals already on the point of financial collapse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They're already laying people off. So
push them right over. And they're always in areas where people don't really have sufficient insurance. So the knock-on effects of this are going to be brutal.
Yeah,
absolutely brutal.
No doubt about that.
Yeah,
there's no win here now. There's no win here.
That's the issue with the economy and getting it. And thankfully, 2 weeks ago, if anyone even breathed economy, it was like, you fucking murderer. Is that what you want? You're worse than Hitler. And it's like, yeah, but if I'm not buying things, the person who delivers that and builds it isn't getting paid. They're not paying the rent. And it's just like that spiraling knock-on effect that does mean nurses lose their jobs. That does, that it is all connected. Hospitals aren't some separate entity in their own little. It's not like an episode of Doctor Who with a hospital planet. Every single one of them is connected. Go on.
People self-destructed. There was a story in the newspaper. It was Mrs. Hewitt that found it, brought it to my attention. This is how fucking self-destructive people are. A delivery driver complaining that people were ordering non-essential items. It's like, okay, well, we'll all stop ordering. You can go to the fucking food bank then. Everyone's getting
cheering for the end of your profession right now.
You've got a job right now, mate. You've got a fucking job. Not only that, they're at the windows clapping for you, you grateful sod.
Well, we had clap Boris last night, didn't we?
Yeah, and it's funny because just so you know, Sean, every Thursday at 8 p.m, people have been going to the windows or outside and clapping for essential workers. It was originally clap for the hospitals, but it's become clap for the people in supermarkets. Everyone on the front line, clap, cheers, and it's really cringy and it's awful. But my 4-year-old loves it. Because my partner works at a hospital, so I'm like, I said, well, they're clapping for your mum. They're really proud of her, so she loves it. But then I joked with her and said, next week they'll be clapping for Donald Trump. And then what happens? Boris goes into the thing, and for her, Boris and Trump are the same person.
Right, yeah.
Difference. So I'm like, what are they clapping for now? And it's like, well, Boris Johnson, actually. It's just like, I'm going to tell her it's Trump this Thursday, though.
On the local Facebook groups, I was a pariah for not going out clapping.
Really?
For the NHS. Then last night, some people complained that no one went out clapping for Boris. And I did. I mentioned it yesterday. I did actually have my post removed. I said, well, I'll tell you what. I'll come out and do that if on Wednesday we can clap for ISIS.
Okay.
And I'm not popular again now. They don't like me in this neighborhood.
It doesn't surprise me, Hayden. It doesn't surprise me.
Off. If you don't come out and clap, you don't appreciate someone. I'll go fuck yourself.
Well, this is not a deeply insightful take by any stretch of the imagination, but there's so many parallels between the climate change sort of alarmist community and some of the people who I'm starting to see in the COVID arguments, where if you don't just follow along with absolutely everything, no matter how crazy it might seem, there's blood on your hands, you're a bad person, and there's no room for anybody to stop and go, all right, hang on. Like, I agree this is serious. I agree this is really shitty. But what's the best, what's the most logical, what's the smartest thing to do? No, you just listen to whatever anybody's saying and don't question anything right now.
Well, the whole world is turning into Twitter. And the thing is, I fully support everyone's right. If they go out and they feel that they're showing appreciation, great, go do it. Go do it. I still think a lot of it's to make communities feel better, but that's fine.
That's okay. That's fine. Yeah.
You don't appreciate the NHS if you don't clap. I just don't want to fucking clap. I just don't want to sound like clapping, I just leave me alone.
But what happens if you go outside, Hayden, and you grab some pots and pans, and now you're making more noise than the clappers? Are you more patriotic? Are you caring more? Have you risen above them?
I know you think that's showing in it. That already happens.
Are they doing that?
People are out there hitting pans with spoons and setting fireworks off. I need to buy a World War II air raid siren. That would be so cool, wouldn't it?
Just whenever purge siren.
When everyone's going out going, yeah.
Though, there's some old fucker like three streets down from you would hear that, and that'd be the moment they snapped and just killed themselves because they already don't know what's going on. They're just so scared.
It couldn't make me any less popular.
Yeah,
this is not a problem.
That's it. It's like fucking killed someone with that.
It's like, sure, it's me says about clapping. They do it to show appreciation. That's great. Do it. I'm not belittling you doing it.
Right.
Not in the slightest. It's whatever it means to you, you do it. I believe in that. But it's the fact that all some communities are like, well, you weren't out clapping your hands.
Yeah, it's not the act of clapping or what it's celebrating or any of that. It's more about like, it's almost like everybody's praying around the dinner table, and then somebody's opening their eyes to see who's not actually praying, and then calling out that person. And you go, what the fuck does this solve? Like, it doesn't show that I'm not a good person or that I don't take this seriously or I don't care about this. You're just trying to virtue signal by showing that you were clapping your hands and point me out as the bad guy because I wasn't, when none of the hand clapping matters anyways. It's just a sweet thing to do.
It's just
it's a nice thing to-
Soviet bullshit, isn't it? We've got a question here, haven't we?
Yeah. If they made a vaccine, this is from Sean Hinchcliffe. Thank you, Sean. If they made a vaccine and made it mandatory, would you refuse? Sean?
No, I'll take all the vaccines right now.
I fucking love vaccines.
Yeah, I don't mind. I even, God, it's amazing what this stuff will make you do. I would even use if they said as part of lifting the stay-at-home order that we have in most of the United States, if they said you have to use this app and the app's going to kind of track your movements so we know who you come in contact with, and you got to do it for the next couple of months until we get this under control, I would even do that, you know? And if you ask me that before this, hey, will you use an app that's going to track you all around? No, I'm not going to do that.
No, I only share that information with Google and Facebook. Thank you.
That's right.
The government aren't getting it.
Or with people who I forgot I'm sharing it with that I just clicked accept because I didn't want to read the terms of service. Yeah.
How distressing though that if I looked at mine, it would just say Mrs. Hewitt Jr., the shop, Graham on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Mrs. Hewitt Jr., the shop, Graham on a Thursday. That's
Not
all
a lot
mine
of
would
travel.
go.
I'm assuming this is when he goes outside for a cigarette. There's just a slight one block movement there.
Isn't everyone so into health and fitness these days as well?
Oh,
With the 1 hour exercise, half these lazy bastards haven't gotten off the couch in 10 years. All of a sudden, they're trying to squeeze into tracksuit bottoms and going for a fucking run. The cardiac arrest is going to go through the roof.
I think so much of this is just you want to do everything that you can't easily do. And we were just taking all this stuff for granted. And, you know, I imagine so many things are similar there that as they are to here right now. And all the gyms and all that shit is closed. I would never go there, but I find myself doing the same thing. I'm like, fuck, I wish the gym was open. I'm not going to go to the gym. I just want to be able to go to the gym if I wanted to go to the gym. That's the weird thing.
Yeah, I got to say, actually, I'm all right because I'm a gamer and I do this. I just podcast a game. I don't give a shit. I'm wank, obviously, although I can't do that because it's a full house at the moment. But the issue for me at the moment is my daughter. You know, she's 4 and it was a birthday yesterday. Not her birthday. It was her best friend's birthday, and it's the first friend she's ever had, and it's the first best friend ever. So, like, we Amazon like a game to Animal Crossing so that they can play together. And we video called, and they said happy birthday and all the rest of it. But I've never seen my daughter as grown up as she was. Sort of the way she kind of slumped. And was like, I just really want to see it, you know. And I'm like, no. This is robbing her of her innocence. She keeps looking really adult and really worried and down and depressed. And I'm just like, I don't know what to do. That's what's bothering me. I don't give a fuck about me.
Has she seen Graham? Has she seen any of the news coverage, or just stumbled upon any of this stuff, or is she just kind of? Yeah,
she came in today. Actually, I had that. Joe Rogan was interviewed. You know, a global expert on the virus,
right?
And you know, he's Joe's. It was a Skype one, and it was basically like going through things like the vaccine, how it's going to be a year to a year and a half, and why, not just telling you. He's going into it in detail. And she came in and she's dead glum, and she sort of lay with me and listened to Joe Rogan. But she did see a little bit on the news as well, people in hospitals, and that's hitting home. But partly I kind of wanted to see that because I want the reality. I want just a little bit of reality of like, this is why we're not going outside, darling.
Yeah.
This is why you can't see your friend who only lives around the corner. This is why your uncle's not been around, you know, stuff like that. It's like, look, that's what's going to happen. You're going to kill your grandma, basically.
Yeah. Not to mention, I mean, I keep saying on the radio show, this is one of the hardest things to enjoy, I guess. But I keep telling people, hey, if it weren't for all the terrible things happening and the fact that there's a virus out there killing loads of people and very much inconveniencing all of our lives, we're living through an incredibly interesting fucking period in time. Like, we are living through a major point in history, and it's super hard to appreciate that. But if you can, I mean, that's really wild to consider.
Oh yeah, this is massive, man. Absolutely massive. This
what I want to know
nothing
is
has happened like this.
Why are people on the far left upset? Isn't this everything they ever wanted?
Yeah, everyone's rights have been stripped away. There's a Stasi-like atmosphere of reporting.
Conspiracy theorists must be really fucking happy right now. It's like Christmas and Kwanzaa are all rolled together for those guys.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, tomorrow is my son's birthday, his 8th birthday, and he's in quarantine. You know, he can't go and see his friends. And he's old enough to really understand it. He's been so terribly cool about it that it's broken my heart. I'd rather he got upset. You know, it's just.
Yeah, I got quite upset thinking about him before, actually. Well, you know, because of the context and what we were talking about around it and stuff. And yeah, it really hit me, man. You know, it did really hit me. It's horrible for a kid right now. But, you know.
Yeah, they don't grasp it, you know. And then you go, hey, this thing that's upending your life right now is some invisible thing. You can't see it. You can't, you know, it's just, you just got to know that it's out there. And that's tough for a young kid to grasp, to understand that.
I tell you what, though. Go on, Aiden.
Yeah, sorry, mate. He's got it down pretty well. You know, we've done it differently to a lot of parents got the kids straight on homeschooling and kept this around them. And to me, that all seemed a bit stressy. What we did for the first 2 weeks, hands off all that stuff, little bits, but mostly just play your games, hang out with us, watch movies, just, you know, just treat it like a wonderful time, family time. And that's allowed him to take it all in, not be overwhelmed, just take it in. He's pretty much that sort of kid that takes shit in his stride anyway. He's not all highly strung like me. But that's what we decided to do. Just let him find his way through it sort of gently. So I think that's helped. And also, who the fuck wants to sit in and do maths homework?
Oh God, no.
What we'll do it all in the week before he goes back to school. The rest of the time we read books, we hang out, we chill, we watch movies. Yeah. It's good. It's very good. I'll let him watch completely age inappropriate films. And we're all happy. Oh no, I said, what do you want to watch on your birthday? We're going to get Domino's to deliver some pizzas. What film do you want to watch? You went, oh, can I choose anything? I went, you choose anything. You went, Friday the 13th. Shit. Well, not the first one. You can watch the 6th one with the telekinesis in. Yeah, that one will be okay. And now I'm just like, I've really dug a fucking hole for myself here.
Has it been strange for the both of you to see, and again, I'm sure this is probably similar over there, how fast all the commercials changed? Like, before I walked into the office to jump on with you guys here, there was an ad on TV for Domino's. You just mentioned Domino's, Hayden, and it's like Domino's new contactless delivery, and like all this shit is already built into marketing, and everything has changed as far as every message you hear on TV or the radio, just like that.
I think it was funniest was when this first got the lockdown. Obviously, they got contracts with TV. Everything was for holidays, you know, going out and doing shit, slipping in a tampon and doing some roller skating, you know, all that shit. And now that's been dying down because all the companies have obviously rang up going, listen, can we just cool it on this shit now? You know, nobody's going on holiday to Tunisia right now. This is not the thing. Because even Vegas shut. I still can't believe that. Vegas. I never thought they'd shut that place. No matter what.
Completely dead. It's a ghost town now. And the one of my favorite little narratives that is running out there is all of these cities like Vegas, or they keep showing New Orleans like this, with all the people inside, they're getting overrun by animals. And like Bourbon Street in New Orleans, there's just fucking rats everywhere. These rats the size of, you know, just giant rats running everywhere. Wolves in the streets in San Francisco, and just the animals kind of reclaiming the land. It's nuts to see that stuff.
Yeah, that's good.
I've seen 3 seagulls. Does that count? Obviously looking for chips. You know, because they're getting hungry because all those shite hawks eat is chips and ice cream, as far as I can tell. So but that's what we don't do extremes in this. You know, in America, you have tornadoes, alligators, massive earthquakes. We have a light drizzle, and occasionally it's a bit blustery. we don't do extreme anything. We have one breed of poisonous snake in Britain. No one ever gets fucking bit by them. There's only about 8, and they don't like people. So yeah, we just don't have any extreme shit. You know, if the Canary Islands fell into the sea and created that tsunami that will travel at the speed of sound and decimate the United States at both sides and Europe. Where I live in Manchester will remain untouched.
Yeah.
Just
safe.
Yeah, nothing happens here.
You could literally just go and sit in the woods and nothing. You just sit there in your underwear. Just you can get chilly, but you're not going to get bit. You're not going to get stung. There's no you just
we have bees and wasps.
Yeah, you'd be coming out just getting chased by a particularly noisy wasp.
Yeah, that's the extent of our extremes. That's why when I went to Orlando, we myself and Mrs. Stewart were walking back to the motel, and I just took a shortcut through some long grass at the side of the freeway and the roads, and this police car whooped up next to me, and he got out and he said, "Wait, don't walk through there." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "It's long grass. Could be an alligator." Well, what do you mean a fucking alligator? What are you talking?
You're not prepared for this.
There's a 7-Eleven right there. There's a haunted house attraction across the road. What do you mean a fucking alligator? What kind of country are you people running here?
We have a lot of alligators. Just a lot of There's probably an alligator within a mile of me right now. I would almost guarantee it.
I don't approve of man-eating lizards.
You know what? Aphid added this that we've got no dentists. Well, you know what? Actually, dude, all our dentists are closed right now. People genuinely are struggling and hurting.
Yeah,
I don't appreciate you making light of it, mate.
Yeah, with your perfect white teeth.
Yeah.
And your fucking head. And you're the one that'll go bankrupt when you break your fucking arm, dickhead. Not me. I'll be fine. I'll have me crooked teeth. Fuck you. Plague's coming for you, motherfucker. Don't take the piss out of me.
There was some good news for you though today, Sean, weren't they? I mean, you've got your little 3 months taster session of what a socialist America would actually look like.
Yeah.
But Bernie's dropped out now, so at least you know that all these laws that are coming in now aren't going to stay as of January next year. At least
right.
Biden or Trump are a lot more likely to get rid of him, whereas Bernie would be like, "This is amazing. We're already 5 years ahead of schedule."
Think of what we could do with all of this. Yeah, the thing about the campaigns that I love, it's so weird, is the headlines start rolling in today and they say Bernie Sanders suspends his campaign for president. And like nobody can just say, "I'm ending my campaign, I'm dropping out." You have to suspend your campaign like you're going to kick that shit back on at some point and like, go back into high gear and be...
He's staying on the ballot, isn't he? Have you seen that? He's going to be on the ballot.
I think we can all agree, guys. Bernie for 2024, yeah?
Yeah.
Did you ever think, though, Trump would be your first socialist president?
I didn't think Trump would be the president of anything, but I mean, weird shit happens here.
I love the narrative around November at the moment because, like, if there's like Trump's saying almost nothing about it, just like, yes, we're going to do it. But then all the opinion pieces that they either say, like, the election has to be delayed. And the fact that Trump isn't delaying it makes him, a fascist authoritarian. But then the other half of them are saying that it shouldn't be delayed, and if he tries to stop it, he's a fascist authoritarian. And literally any line he takes right now, whether he wants an election or not, he's just a fascist authoritarian, and he can't fucking win, apart from the election, obviously. Itself.
Right. There's also people saying right now, and this is sort of maybe the weirdest conundrum that I've seen out there, who will call a Trump a fascist, just like you're outlining. And then they'll say, "I cannot believe this president will not lock down the entire country." Say, "You fascist, why won't you lock down the country right now and take away all of our rights? You terrible fascist."
I know.
Boris didn't do it. Boris didn't do it soon enough. We should have done it sooner. It's like, well, we went on the evidence, on what we were told by our medical experts. You didn't do what the World Health Organization said. Who in the right fucking mind does what the World Health Organization says? Nothing will ever be good enough. And if we come out of this with less deaths, they'll blame him.
Right. Yeah.
If we come out with more deaths, we'll blame him. There's no win for anybody here. There's just no win. I mean, Trump's going to win the election, so it doesn't matter. No. You got another 4 years of fucking batshit insane fucking press conferences.
Well, The funny thing at the moment with Trump, this hydrochloroquine saga where people's accounts have been deleted for even repeating it or whatever, and now the latest conspiracy theory today, because they won't let it die, is they're saying that he has personal holdings in a company that makes it. So now they're saying that Trump is going to profit from it, and it's like, hold up, what the fuck are you talking about, man? I really wish. I know a lot of American people are getting behind Trump a lot because his opinion polls are going through the roof. I really wish the media would get behind him just a little bit more. Like,
that's never going to happen.
Hold into account. Please hold into account when information is given. Questions need to be asked to clarify details, and that is completely perfect. That's what I demand from journalists and the media. But when it's just gotcha questions to try and get him to say something stupid, like Chinese virus, when they're trying to get him to say that so they can then get I'm just like, are you fucking serious? Thousands of people are dying every single day.
What does that accomplish? The problem is our press is so antagonistic, and he feeds into that. And if you see polls on how Americans feel about the media, it polls in like the teens, like 15-17% of people that approve of the way the media outlets handle themselves. And he's playing a game with that. He throws that out there all the time. But I'm even more put off watching stuff like on CNN or MSNBC, the two big news outlets here. Fox News is cruising a different way, but on CNN you have news anchors literally crying. Like they're crying. They're running lines from movies. I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it anymore. And it's performative bullshit. And you go, to me, you would think that this wasn't performative and it wasn't a show for you. You would think that as a journalist, you would want to bring people the truth of what's happening and maybe even like keep them calm in some of these moments. But instead, they just want to they're crying on TV, and it's weird. That is a weird move to me.
Yeah, you know what?
Of a network moment, dude. Of a network moment.
Fat Belly's just made a fantastic point, and I really hope this is cleared up in time for there to be live debates, because literally the last 3 years of my life, one of the things I've been looking forward to was the Trump 2020 debates, man. And if they're robbed from me, I'm going to be so fucking angry. I don't want no Skype Zoom bullshit. I want the two men in the room. I want Joe Biden turning around, forgetting where he is.
Well, that's what we want. We want Trump off his tits on Adderall.
Yeah,
whatever the fuck he feels like saying, and then Joe Biden just generally being a bit confused by what's going on.
You can't do it on something like Zoom because you get the same situation. Did you see the World Health Organization spokesperson that was doing that interview, and they started asking about, what was it, Hong Kong or something?
Taiwan.
Yeah. They started asking about Taiwan. That's right. And they're like, "Oh, we're losing the connection here."
Yeah. Imagine Trump. Because Trump, Trump would be like that anyway. What? Sorry, what? America.
That's when Biden would stand up and he'd have no pants on, isn't it?
Walk out of frame. He's looking clueless, man. I've never seen anything like it. I've never seen somebody mentally age as fast as Biden has aged mentally in the last year, even in the last 6 months. It's stunning to see. The guy's talking and he's like arguing with teleprompters and shit, and he looks out of it like somebody's forcing him to stay there or something. It's really uncomfortable.
Well, they are, basically. I mean, most people don't watch the news. Most people don't keep up with politics. Like, even if they do watch the news, they just turn off for the political stuff. They don't give a fuck. They hate it all. So a lot of his support, Biden's, because he is the highest polling, and he has been, apart from some blips, fairly consistently. It's just people going, "Oh, that's the Obama guy." And that's it.
Yeah.
Just bringing on to that, like the Obama. Do you remember Obama? Do you? And it's kind of cruel, man, the way they're wheeling him up, and they're like, "Oh, it's his speech impediment." And it's like, well, okay. Well, how's he going to deal with fucking Putin?
Dementia is not a speech impediment, guys.
Yeah. I don't know if that was in the New York Times or wherever, where they started all of a sudden with this meme that, Biden, he just has a speech impediment. It's a speech impediment. So he's not tripping up on his words. He's not slurring. he's just saying weird shit. Like there's no speech impediment where you did like other than Tourette's where you just say weird shit.
Stop telling me stories about black children touching your leg hair, dude.
Right.
This is not the time.
See, this is where us three differ because I think that's the ideal person to run the most powerful nation on the earth. Someone that's completely lost the fucking plot.
You know what I want though? Do you remember the Hillary debates when Hillary was answering a question and Trump would just come away from his podium and just walk around menacingly? Like I just want that, man. I want that with Biden.
Trump at a debate like that. It looks like when you're watching WWE and there's one guy talking shit and the other guy's just reacting to it. Like, let me get in there. Let me get him. Can't control your emotions.
Yeah. I can't wait.
Just beggars belief, dementia and just general madness in the same fucking room. Like I say, Biden on some kind of sleepy bye-bye medicine and fucking Trump off his tits on Adderall. It'd just be fucking beautiful. It would be a thing of beauty. Now, Trump is your youngest candidate.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying.
Right.
He's the kid. He's the kid of the group, isn't he?
Right. I heard somebody say the other day, they were like, oh, we've got Trump, he's so old and he's running for office. And then we had Joe Biden. They were like, it might have been Roseanne or somebody who said this, no, Rosie O'Donnell, saying these guys are so old. These men are so old. We should have had somebody like Elizabeth Warren. And I was like, isn't Elizabeth Warren 70? Like they're all fucking septuagenarians. They're old as hell, all of them, and limping around.
I saw a post on Twitter the other day. It was from an American guy. He said, Boris Johnson should get something done with his fucking hair while he's in hospital. I went to the guy's profile. I went to fucking Trump 2020. Forgive me, guys.
You want to have a conversation about hair, do you? All right, okay, cool.
That's the shade we shouldn't be throwing. Let's stick to the Boston fucking Tea Party, guys, yeah?
I feel like it's the same guy with the same haircut. They just dipped him in Britain and, it looks a little different.
To be fair, though, Boris has a lot. He doesn't have to move it around quite as much. It's a great thing. Do you remember that creepy thing when Trump was going up? Was it the airplane steps?
Yeah.
And the back of his hair opened up. It was like some out of Empire Strikes Back when Darth Vader was having the helmet put on. Just opened up.
He does the fake tan thing too, and I don't think that does him any favors. I think it just makes him look real fucking strange.
Well, I honestly, I disagree with you there because I think like obviously people get the pictures and turn the contrast up and things like that. But the worst of those memes, the ones that really go viral, most of them come from the Donald or 4chan. Yeah. It's actually his supporters do the biggest memes of him because whilst there's again a very loud minority that are going it's like reaffirming their belief, like look at this clown, they love it because it's all anyone's doing is going Trump.
What I love is when people ask Trump about it, they're going, I don't do tanning.
Yeah, he's like, what? No.
You just have really pale eyelids, and the rest of you fucking.
Well, you know what that puts on display? That puts on display. I mean, I know this is a meme in and of itself. How Trump supporters, like him or not, they are just so far superior in trying to control the conversation by memeing than the left will ever be. They're just god awful bad at it, and it comes off as, I think, phony and just not as funny. But for some reason, Trump supporters are fantastic at it.
Well, that's a meme in and of itself, isn't it? The left can't.
Yeah, right.
The left can't.
Count Dankula actually pointed out a really, really good point on Twitter when Bernie announced he was leaving, in that Bernie Bros would have actually been an interesting meme war. It would have been fun. Like Biden, we're not going to get any fucking good memes out of Biden. But Bernie, that would have been fun. Some of them are absolute assholes, like the worst people on the internet. But because of that, they'd be willing to push the lines a bit.
Sure.
And that would have been fun.
No, it would have made for a good show. If you're just looking to watch some fireworks, that's exactly what you would want to see, the two of them face off. But now, who knows what it's going to look like?
They're all going to be gone right now because all the Bernie Bros are planning to burn the cities, aren't they? They're all threatening violence, which is going to be amazing because, once they've all got the Mulan cough, they can sat there and they can have a good old think about what it actually means to care about people you don't know. You know what I mean? Fucking
Yeah,
assholes.
I mean, we've actually already had some looting and stuff in the U.S. and you see people, especially in places like Chicago, which should surprise nobody who's been in Chicago. And I lived there for about 5 years myself, but they board up all the stores, like put boards on the window of department stores. And like, I get when people do that before a hurricane. This is a virus, and then I go, oh yeah, they're just waiting for all of society to fall into complete disrepair. That's what they're planning for.
In the news, 2 men broke into a McDonald's. Bear in mind, McDonald's have been closed for 2 weeks now.
They'll have
3 weeks. They broke in thinking they'd be able to get some Big Macs.
Desperate times.
They got away with some candy. I'm going to say candy, obviously, with you being a colonial. I don't want to say sweets. They got away with some candy and an empty charity box, from what I could tell. And that was it. They really expected there to be meat on the premises.
I love that you've got so little respect for his cognitive ability. You didn't just say sweets. like he couldn't make that connection in his mind. It's like he'd just be there going, What is going on right now?
No, he's handling me correctly. He had to roll me into this room and put me in front of this microphone and everything. It's all very hard for me.
We're on the YouTube now, sir.
This is 4 days solid work for me.
I know. Hey, you've been saying for ages though that you really liked him, so I'm glad you got
the
him on.
attention span of a fucking gnat.
That's true. I'm not going to argue it. It's just.
I remember putting the videos together for Sean like 15 years ago. I know. It's all right. I say candy because if I say sweets, he'll nod.
That's it. The camera feed just goes. just I'm out. Sorry. Whoa, wait. When I stop my camera, it's Hayden.
It turns to Hayden.
Two reasons for that. I was already logged in on the admin and you've logged in on the admin.
Yeah, I know.
And I'm awesome.
Yeah, here we go. Couldn't have been the trigger warning logo, could it?
Well, no, because my name's Hayden, not trigger warning.
Fuck's sake.
Fucking hell. Don't be a bitch. Don't be. Do you have this
no time to fight.
Do you have this shit with C-Lane? Do you have to put up with this?
Oh, way worse than this. Oh, please.
I've noticed when you guys do your stream and you've got it on live video, you're all at least 2 meters apart. Well done.
Yeah. That's not social distancing. That's just to keep us from fighting each other. That's just
those studios start to reek after half an hour or so as well, don't they?
Yeah, it's true. You want a little space.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember the radio studio we used to go in, Graham?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I would go in on a Sunday evening. My show, I think, was it 9? It was 9 o'clock, wasn't it? Till 11. So I'd get there around 8. Graham would be finishing his show. Now it was very small, very hot, and there was a metal show on before Graham's show, and Graham always had loads of people in to talk. So I would be going on to this damp, humid room that was just like feet and assholes.
Yeah, dude. The show before me, they'd always eat kebabs.
Oh, really?
I don't know if you know it's shawarma. You'd probably say shawarma or something.
Gyros.
Yeah. So I'd walk into a gyro.
See, you're doing it now, dickhead. You're doing it. You're patronizing the American now.
But hey, look, I needed it. I
never said I respected his cognitive ability. I was just pointing out you don't. But yeah, so I'd walk into that, sit there for 3 hours with 5 or 6 people, and then you'd be the last guy in, wouldn't you? And it'd be enjoy that, Hayden. Have fun.
I enjoyed the hell out of it so much. So my second run there lasted, what was it, 3 months? And I went, that's it, I quit forever. Wow. I just, the first time I did a year, I think it was it 6 months or a year? Then I said, I'm going to go away for a few months. And I came back and then I got 3 months and I went, right, do you know what? I've had enough. I've just fucking had enough. I'm going home.
It was a faff for the sound quality that was there. It wasn't worth it. If it had been decent audio, it would have been a little bit different, but it was just, you were just like, what's all this noise? I did enjoy
going into the studio to this. It was a small box, Sean, basically, that looked like the TARDIS from Doctor Who, but bigger, but not bigger on the inside, obviously. But it felt cool going into this dimly lit studio, doing a late night sort of talk show type thing. It felt cool.
Yeah.
It felt like I was going to get famous and then murdered. It felt real.
You know what though? It was a TARDIS outside, and what that's supposed to lead to is like another room, so that it's a trick door kind of thing. But no, you actually just got inside a TARDIS, and you were like, "This is it, a real TARDIS." It's not.
Was it an FM station or was it?
No, it was internet. Biggest in Europe though, most popular in Europe.
Richie Allen's on it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Richie Allen uses, so he gets stupid listening figures, insane listening figures. In fact, Fab Radio 2, their second channel, because they got 3 channels, is just Richie Allen.
Really?
That's 24 hours a day. It's just Richie Allen. We put him on our little radio station, the Trigger Warning one. He goes out on that, and that's when we get most of the listeners.
We're the biggest in Europe, not because of any of us, just because he's running 24 hours a day.
I know how this shit would work. Oh, Mr. C has corrected me. I said, okay. Oh, hang on. We don't call them gyros. Euros?
Euros is what we call them over here, but everybody screws it up.
We call them a kebab.
We just say kebab. Yeah, there's no.
No one would eat them. Where's me gyro? Yeah, in the UK, a gyro is traditionally the check you used to get from the government when you didn't want to work.
Oh, really?
You get your gyro every 2 weeks, and what it also was known as beer tokens.
Yeah,
because that's all it represented. When you were a young man between jobs,
it's gyro day.
Having a rest, you would go, let's say, on a Monday to the job centre and sign on. And then 2 days later or something, I can't remember. I've only ever been on it once for about 3-4 months when I was younger. But you'd sign on, you tell them a load of lies that you were looking for work. And because you're like 19, you get your gyro and just buy your booze, your drugs.
You do your diary. You had a jobs diary, didn't you? You had to write it. You've got all these different pens and pencils. So that it looks like you've done it on different days and stuff like that.
Slightly different handwriting. Where did you look for a job? Oh, in the newspaper.
It's funny you say that, because there isn't like a 6 million person waiting list right now for universal credit, which is what unemployment is now. And I was so bored the other day that I considered phoning up, and I don't know if I'm even eligible for it. I just wanted to go through the process just to have someone I didn't know to talk to and fight with. Where's my money? This is unbelievable. And because it'd be a good laugh right now, but then I thought, the person behind me in the queue might be like desperate to feed the kids, and I'm there going, how dare you?
And then they're all up in your shit for the rest of your life as well. That's the other thing.
They don't want to look at my financials, man. Life of a pimp. None of it looks good on paper.
So, I mean, is everything settled for you in the radio biz? You're not going to have to go and stand in that line and get the disease?
No, I've got a contract. I always work on contract, so I'm pretty stable as far as things are going. But there's not an industry I can think of over here that hasn't furloughed or laid off a whole bunch of employees in the last couple of weeks, and I feel like every week that's just going to keep building. And radio's done that over here, but the company I work for, they haven't made any big changes just yet. And shockingly enough, our numbers, like the actual ratings for the station, because of this, have skyrocketed just through the roof. And one of the biggest things is smart speakers in houses are just up 50, 60, 70% in terms of people just staying home and listening that way. It's pretty wild to see how everybody adapts.
I'm a recent convert to smart speakers for radio, because it's just so easy just shouting at Google, like, tell me that I want to listen to the, I know what's on it, I know which shows are on at rough times, and I'm not faffing. Internet radio used to be an arse because you go on the internet, but when I can just call out loud and demand it, and turn the fucking kettle on whilst they're at it. I'm a massive convert now, massively so. I'm
a boomer. I just sit there fucking arguing with it and telling it it's done wrong. You know what it did to me when I was going to make my son laugh? That I put a song on with some swearing in. I said, we're repeating. He's not heard the anecdote, so it's fine. But I said, will you play Fucking Hostile by Pantera? That's funny, right? Fucking Hostile. Oh, no. Bitch turned around to me and said, I don't know sucking cock style. And of course,
she managed to make it worse.
My son's in fucking stitches. Me and Google, we have this love-hate relationship. She gets shit wrong on purpose just to wind me up. Just to fucking annoy me. The only thing worse is my car. My car is a complete arsehole.
Yeah.
It doesn't understand anything I say to it, even if I use a German accent. Nothing. It's a dick. My car is a nailed-on dick. Fucking voice recognition, my ass. I've not found a language it fucking understands.
You know, we just the other day, I refresh my memory on this. So here in the U.S., we have the FCC, the Federal Communications Commission, and they tell us what we can and can't say on the radio. But there's something like that in Ofcom. That's what it is. And we were talking on the radio show yesterday about the list of all the different things you can't say from Ofcom, and we were able to say almost everything except for the most severe category, which was like, you know, the most outlandish curse words you could think of. But we were able to say almost everything on the air here that you are not allowed to say over there. And I'm sure it would probably work the other way around too.
There's really strict rules for commercial radio. So if you've got an actual license and you're out on FM, there's even if it's an opinion show, they're really, really, really strict on it. Like, it's funny because people are like, "Oh, this is just right-wing propaganda or left-wing blah 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 blah," and it's like actually there's such a narrow window of what's acceptable that, you know, people complaining about British radio. It's a bit ridiculous, but then again, and it's even more ridiculous because if you're doing a podcast or on the internet, you can do whatever the hell you want.
I mean, there have been great broadcasters. I only know locally, not nationally, but over the years that I grew up listening to, because I even when I was a kid, I loved talk radio. Loved it. There was James H. Reeve, James Stanage, these guys that were frequently getting fired from their jobs, but they always skirted the very edge of what they could get away, and that made it so clever. Because they would get around those and still completely break them without breaking them. Right.
Yeah. It takes more talent to make it edgy without saying the actual words. It takes more skill.
That's the thing here. There's rules in terms of what you're allowed to say and how you're allowed to say it. But the people that are good at it are very, very good at saying exactly what they want in a certain way. You know, like they can get around it. Basically, it's like when a Nazi puts a suit on. You know, not that I'm comparing them to Nazis, but you know, when they choose the language because they know certain things are going to get them in trouble, so they just say it in a certain way. And you know, like
well, I'd like it to be known that it's often said that I have quite terrible language. However, on my radio show, the word "cunt" was said twice.
Was it you?
No. It was Graham, and it was Wingman John. Well, at least Wingman John just read it off an email. He just like fucking anchormanned it. Just someone sent an email, and I was never told not to. I just decided that wouldn't be cool on somebody else's station.
It's not good sometimes, is it? If you've got kids, you know, people have got kids listening, you get loads of messages going, dude, why? You know, I had it on then around my kids and that, and you're like, oh God, I'm sorry, you know. It can be a bit tricky, especially in a radio situation, because you have it on whilst you're washing up the dishes and things and cooking.
And also, it wasn't my station.
That's a good point.
So I thought it would, you know, you do whatever's appropriate for whoever's house you're in. But then again, I don't think I swear as much as I used to on the Live League show anyway. No, and it was practically a drinking game when I was doing that. You know, but I imagine there are what curse words are permissible on the radio in the States there?
We're allowed to say basically everything except for fuck and shit. We're allowed to say basically everything except for that. And a lot of the words that were on the list we were reading, it was all British slang. So it doesn't mean anything here. It doesn't have the same connotation. It doesn't carry the same way.
When you guys say twat, and I'm like, what?
Right.
And I'm like, that literally, when you say twat, that means nothing to a British person.
Right.
It sounds like a twig or something.
Well, Fanny's the one that used to bother me. I remember reading a Stephen
Fanny.
King book as a kid where he said a woman fell on a fanny, and I found that so amusing.
Oh, yeah.
Until I found out that we mean different places.
Yeah. That's kind of it's kind of a rude thing here. If you started asking someone about the fanny in the
Did
UK,
you fall on your fanny? I beg your pardon.
Are you all right? Get to the hospital. It's interesting though you said numbers, because we've definitely seen like an improvement. Like some nights are average, but some nights are definitely have been like considerably higher. And it's the same across the board. People's numbers are up, but no one wants to advertise because no one wants to like be like, hey, are you miserable? Did your gran just die? Buy some chocolate. No one wants to do that right now. So numbers are up, but ad revenue is like tanking phenomenally right now. So it's good you've got a contract actually.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, we were talking with somebody about this the other day. The ratings are through the roof. The advertisers are all going bankrupt, and the companies that are surging don't need to advertise. Toilet paper companies don't need to run ads right now. They're doing just fine. It's going to work out for them.
Yeah. Hey, have you thought about buying a gun? It's like, yeah, I already have them, mate. I'm fine. There was a queue.
I think what we'll be looking at when this is all done, or we're getting back, there's got to be, just because the outlay, some form of mini depression before there's any boom. There has to, and that's when entertainment will start climbing back to previous levels in terms of not only revenue, but also, advertising revenue, punter revenue, the cinemas, everything like that, because it's been proven in history that in times of depression, the industries that thrive tend to be the entertainment industries. And we will still be demonetized on fucking YouTube. So
I tell you this as well, ad revenues, they will go up a bit because major corporations that they've now just had just enough time to scramble and put a piece together to let everyone know how many like food parcels they're giving away, or how much gas they've donated and all that nonsense. Like they're all scrambling right now to virtue signal, like, we're there with you guys, don't worry. Which is fine by me. That's my favorite kind of advertising. You virtue signal away. If you're funding a fucking hospital, I don't give a shit. That's fine. Yeah, tell us about it on the radio. Don't care. It's like, so it is. I have noticed a slight uptick in that regard. Just because everyone's like, we're doing right.
That's like how that it was here. There's an oil company. You obviously probably BP, British Petroleum. Anyhow,
they're not
BP,
called British Petroleum. They're called BP.
BP.
Liar. Fucking liar. Obama said that. To get the heat off him, they are called BP.
They had commercials where they're out there, their employees are out there cleaning off ducks and animals and shit, and they're going, "Look what we did! Look how great we are! Look what we're up to! This is us! This is the image of our company." It's like, you put the fucking oil on the duck, dummy! Like, that's why you're out there.
I love the way you put that shit on us, though. British Petroleum. All these years later. No, it was some lazy fucking Mexican that worked for BP that did that shit. You bought that company out decades ago, mate. Don't give me that nonsense.
I feel like there's still some attachment somewhere. It's your fault somehow.
No, after that, mate, never heard of it. Bullshit. That's the way we deal with things, isn't it? Bullshit.
Fat Belly's just said there that electric companies are going to be making a fortune. And British Gas just sent me a thing to give my meter reading, and I had to do it twice because I thought there was a mistake because it was very high. And it's because I've had my telly on 24 hours a day and all that, and she's been charging a tablet up constantly. And but it is what it is. What am I going to do?
What's very high over there for a power bill?
The one I've just done was 600 for 3 months.
Oh, really? Okay, shit, that's very high.
Lot. This is a lot for me, man. That's like double what I was expecting.
Is that gas and electric?
No, it's electric, but I don't have gas here, so that's
right. Okay.
So I've got electric heating, I've got electric cooker, so everything is electric. So it's going to be higher, but it's never normally more than £100, So 600 for 3 months, and I'm assuming most of that was the last month. So mate, all the heating's going off tonight. I'll tell you that. It's all going off. We're going into full dad mode. My daughter's been depressed and upset and can't see any of her friends, so we've pushed the boat out a little bit, but she can put a fucking jumper on tomorrow.
No lights on while it's daylight.
Oh yeah, no, I'm checking that now. I've let it go, but no.
See, I'm lucky because I work from home a lot, and I leave every fucking light on anyway. I'm useless. My electricity bills haven't changed. I leave every piece of shit fucking switched on because I hate Greta Thunberg, obviously. And I want more toy horses to have straws pushed up the nose and things of that nature. So I just burn through that shit anyways. Mine hasn't changed. I've got a smart meter anyway, which I only agreed to install when I realized so many conspiracy theorists
yeah
said it would kill me. I'm like, give me that shit. Give me that shit.
That's how we know all this is getting better, though. When dickheads like Greta's back on the news, then when you see her there going, "We need to do something about the environment. We need to think," and that's how you know that the world's settling again, because we start worrying about dumb shit.
I don't know about that, because I was thinking a lot about that, and I said, there's two potential outcomes. We could get out of this and then go right back to all the same things, all the same activists, all the same social justice stuff, all the same leftist Twitter stuff, or we could get out of this and you see things change drastically. And one of the theories that I've always had is the reason why so many younger people and younger activists right now are way the fuck out there on the social justice issues is because they've never had a real fucking problem in their life. Like they've never had a catastrophic problem, and now they have a catastrophic problem, you know? So now they have something that makes them go, oh, that's what it's like when it sucks. And it sort of reroutes your ideas sometimes. So I don't know. You think it's still there? It's going to go right back to that stuff?
This is fucking great. They're the ones sharing all those fake bullshit pictures of dolphins in Venice and stuff. This is all we needed was a pause. That's great. All we needed was thousands of dead, thousands of businesses ruined, you know. But we got dolphins in Venice. Well, I'm over the fucking moon.
Do you know what?
I couldn't be happier. Look at that. Wild boars in the street. I never thought in my life I'd see something so fucking wonderful.
I kind of have your way of thinking, but it came because I'm just inside so much at the moment. When I went to buy some cigarettes the other day, the guy asked me how I was and everything, and like, you know, it's just general chit chat about the world like this. And I keep getting really dark with him every time I go in. Like, the world needs this man. These spoiled bastards. They've never known hardship. They've never wanted for anything. Fucking iPhone 11s. This is a good thing. There's like old ladies behind me in the queue. You know, it's like,
see me when they say, "How are you getting on?" I just do. Fine. You? Because no one really wants to hear that. When someone's, we're British. When someone says, "How are you doing?" you just say, "Good, thanks." Okay, not bad. That's it.
You just lie no matter what. Yeah.
Because what it is no one's actually saying, "Tell me how you feel."
No. It would be weird as shit if you said, "Hey, how you doing?" and somebody was like, "Actually, I'm really depressed today, and let me tell you why."
You gotta just fucking walk off at that point. You don't need that shit. I'm just being nice. Just say, "Not bad."
Yeah.
Right.
Acceptable. It could be better.
You're not allowed to say anything beyond like good, okay, how are you? That's why British people don't like me, because I just go, "Oh, you want to have a conversation, do you?" And then I go for it.
See, that's why I always say, "All right, mate." And there's two ways. If someone says, "No, I'm not all right," I actually say, "Oh, well, okay."
All right.
Layers. Oh, bless. There's one of my web clients. He's I was kind of touched by this. He's like in his 70s now. He's an artist. And I just dropped him a line and said, "How are you doing? Are you all right?" And he interpreted that as, "Hayden needs a phone call." Bless. And I was actually genuinely touched because A, I didn't really need a phone call, and B, I would never want people to phone me if I was in a bad way. "Would you like to talk about it?" No, fuck no.
Is there something on your mind? Would you like to talk?
I'm British. I keep that shit inside until it kills me of fucking ulcers and heart disease.
You shove it way down until somehow it turns into organ failure or some shit. All of those emotions, you push them down.
It turns into ferocious passive aggression.
Yeah. That's why men are so young. They've got a fucking mortgage to pay, man. It's like, what? Fine.
Well, it's your job, isn't it, as a bloke, not to start crying. And I don't approve of that Americanism of like, "I love you, dude." Fuck it off. You don't fucking. I remember on Lively, someone mentioned Lively before. Let's find that question for you. But one of the moderators and a guy who I used to speak to a lot died. This is many years ago.
Yeah.
I never forget people on site. It's so like cool, you know. And one guy who went, obviously an American, so I went, dude, I know you loved him like a brother. I know, no, I didn't. No. Well, no, you did. You spent a lot of time with him. If I could be there, I'd put my arm around you. Said, dude, you're just fucking scaring me now.
Yeah, you're taking it too far. Yeah, there's people. I've never been like that. There's people here that will do that so fast. You'll meet somebody a couple of times, hang out with them, start up a friendship, and you'll go to leave the bar, and they'll be like, "All right, I love you," and you'll be like, "What the fuck are you talking?" I barely say that to my mom. Like, you know.
I remember, I won't say who he was, but I was at a guitar show once, and there was an industry schmooze thing in the evening, and I didn't do that, so I was just stood at the back of the room, and I was stood next to this guitar player, quite famous among guitar players. Obviously a really nice guy. I'm saying, how you doing, mate? You all right? Within 3 minutes, he was telling me how his dad had died of cancer, how he'd been a bit miserable recently. And I am very British. I have never been so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
He was getting quite emotional, standing a bit too close. You know, it's like, I don't actually know how to respond here. What do I pat him on the back and say they're there? I don't know what to do for a stranger in this sort of situation. So I'm terribly sorry. I sounded like Alfred out of fucking Batman. Before Michael came, I am most terribly sorry to hear of your loss. I'm just going to the bar.
Dude, I was stuck in an Uber the other day for 30 minutes, going to see a member of family. And I got in as you do. You all right, mate? You know, just for the quick yes. For the full 30 minutes, he told me his entire story of how his marriage is failing. Like, including like gangster relatives getting in fights and all this. The reporter's right there. He's talking about people getting stabbed and all sorts. And it didn't stop until we got there. And it was just like, well, anyway, you know, I hope you're all right, mate. I hope it all
You're telling me all that now.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, good luck. I hope you meet someone. It was one of them, though. It was an arranged marriage, and that was part of the whole fucking story, because they're not going to arrange another one for him, you know.
Hey, Graham, he's got your phone number. He might start phoning you up. Hiya, mate. How you doing? I just needed somebody to talk to. 3 a.m, blind drunk. If he kills himself, his blood will be on your hands. just pointing that out there.
I am getting a lot of texts telling me to stop shouting. Sorry. she's done really well with me these last few days.
She has. Well, to be fair, we've done an hour and a half now.
Yeah,
which is more than we usually do. Sean, as ever, mate, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, always. Yeah, anytime.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, glad to talk to you, Graham, and Hayden. Always good to talk to you. And you know, anytime you guys want to chit chat, I mean, all we have is time inside, right? So might as well figure out something to do with it. That's one of the things. That's one of the things I'm actually liking about this. How it's kind of forcing people to be creative and to make stuff and to do new things and to find a way to spend the time that we now all have together. I think that's kind of cool, actually.
Well, I've really been enjoying the fact that on nights where we don't have anyone on with us, we open it up just for people to come on board.
Mm-hmm.
Just come in, and on Saturday night we do that drunk.
Yeah,
which is fucking great. It's
that's a recipe for disaster.
No, it's been really good. And then Graham, about half an hour before we finished, vanishes.
I haven't remembered the end of any of the drunk casts so far.
He just rolls out.
Yeah. The camera. I just sit there going, "Well, are we going to talk about coronavirus?" And then the camera goes dead. It's like, what happened? I don't know, man. I don't know. But I've slept on the couch.
I stay on for another half an hour, and then I'm like, right, guys, it's been 3.5 fucking hours now. I've got no more booze left. I've got to go. I've got to go. I've got to do. But dude, like I say, always a pleasure. We'll. What I'll do to get you on soon, I'll start messaging you tomorrow. and we'll work towards it. But yeah, the NewsJunkie on Twitter, Alex put the link up there. Check him out. He's got loads of stuff online, always streaming. And you can join your premium access stuff. Is that on OnlyFans?
Yeah, it's no, it's not. It hasn't gotten that bad yet. As soon as they try to cut my pay, I'm going straight OnlyFans, and I've got to do what I have to do.
It's all right, mate. They've already got my bank information. I am all over it. Alex, can you put a link in the description, please?
No, we do a show every single day for 4 hours a day, a talk show, and then I have an app. If you search for the NewsJunkie in the App Store, you can get it. It's free. And in that, there's a premium show. So some people subscribe for that, just uncensored stuff. And, there's no pressure any time on anybody, but it's a cool thing to be able to do. I just like to be able to talk without all the rules of the radio and, all the time constraints and all that stuff. And that's why it's fun to do something like this.
Subscribe so Sean doesn't have to become a thought.
Please. I'm dying over here.
I've just double checked the link for your Twitter's in the description, and if anyone wants to check out your radio show, the link for that is there as well. So guys, all you have to do is scroll down to the description. It's right there, mate. It's right there. Just go and click it. What have you got to lose?
Friends,
sanity.
Yes, Sean. Thanks again, mate. It's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
Do our usual sign off, and I will catch up with you on the socials very, very soon, mate.
Sounds good.
Cheers, bud. Thanks. Oh, cool bloke.
We're still here. We're still here, Aidan.
I didn't want to do the begging with Sean there.
I know. Yeah. Anyway, just make him sit there. And now we're going to mention every way you
sit there and watch us how we beg people for money.
Yeah. There's the PayPal or the Bitcoin. I like Bitcoin. Or there's the Streamlabs. Sean, sit still.
I don't really understand Bitcoin.
We don't know how to get in there, but we're going to.
We don't know what it is.
We do. Once
we get 0.000 something of something, and it goes into something else, and it goes up and down. We're very crypto. We're all about the crypto and the blockchain. I still don't understand blockchain. 10 years I've been trying to understand fucking blockchain.
Basically, if you're feeling amazing and you want to throw us a tip, like the good whores we are, get on PayPal. If you want to give us a little bit less, but do it regularly, get on Patreon. Sign up for the monthly, whatever. Even if it's just $1, it's nice. It's nice to be appreciated and supported, man. You guys have been amazing.
And we take Ethereum, which is another kind of cryptos.
We do, and the Streamlabs. I log into that sometimes.
The basic attention tokens.
Is the merch store live at the moment?
Yeah, Gear Press is still live. He's still there. In desperate need of having some work done like everything else, but the trigger warning site is going to get overhauled before Gear Press. Because I've been talking to Daz. I'm trying to get him to come on Saturdays. He can explain to everybody what's happening.
Do you know what would be great? It would be, just like block capitals, really blocky, not rounded at all, really square, and just like Graham Booth is a Nazi paedophile. Just see if anyone bought it. Just really clear. Graham Booth is a Nazi paedophile. Communist.
I'm fine with that.
That'd be so funny, just to see if anyone fucking bought it. There we go. The link.
You prick is another one, isn't it?
Yeah.
As I said, we need to get on this, but I started talking with Daz about that, about getting a bit more proactive and all the reviews and other stuff that's got to go up there for music. And we're trying to reach out to after doing that Charles Band interview, we want to reach out to more. It can't just everything is in politics. Anything edgy, unusual, different. We should be talking about it. We should be covering it. We got our shows to be as political as we want or otherwise, and there's loads of room for other shows. We've still got to organize it so we open up the radio station for people's shows as well. There's so much to do, and you'd think, wouldn't you? Well, fucking you're in lockdown, you got loads of time. I've got less time than I usually have.
I've got fuck all. I've not had any chance to do anything, and it's like, you know what? Honestly, man, I know we fuck about and everything, but this constant emotional balancing in my daughter right now is just mental. Like, there's no, it's been really nice. Like, actually seeing live her reading improve has been phenomenal. Even if most of that reading's been Animal Crossing, I don't give a fuck. Like, she reads it, and as long as she's learning, and she texted you today, didn't she?
She did.
She sent you a WhatsApp. Hayden, I love you.
You've mentioned it on the live stream just in case I edited it and showed everyone it was from you, didn't you?
You've admitted it now.
No, she did, and it was absolutely adorable.
No, she was trying to tell you that she's seen you on the TV and she loves you, and she sent you a few emojis with hearts and things, didn't she? In a cake.
It was lovely.
She should have been in bed then, but she was dead sad. And like you said, man, that's why you got no time, because you just, I mean, you're balancing that along with everything else. How the fuck are you going to pay the bills? How are you going to sort out personal problems and all that bollocks? And then the fucking kid go to school. Fuck off. There was whispers of the schools opening though today. Nothing official yet, but they're putting word out there.
I'll plan shit if it happens before May.
Yeah, well, that's what they said, about a month maybe, depending how it goes. And obviously, people are going.
Still wouldn't be surprised if they didn't go back this year.
That was my prediction. My prediction was September, and but maybe it's that thing of like, just so there's no rioting, so people can go to work, so people can get on with their lives just a little bit more. We'll have to see.
I'd be quite happy with May.
Yeah. Oh God, I'd be happy with fucking right now. I'd wake her up and track her down there. You're here for 2 days now, darling.
Well, I'm going to go because I have to wrap some stuff up for tomorrow for Junior's birthday and get a couple of bits ready. Make sure his new game's installed. So
it's really frustrated me that, because I usually give you something, don't I? And
but these are what we're going to do in the summer. We'll have a day out as a birthday day, go to the seaside and everything. So maybe you guys could come as well. We'll go do something cool. We'll go make a Blackpool or some shit like that, Then go on the arcades and take him for something to eat and play on the beach for a couple of hours and just all that stuff that we should have done tomorrow.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get to, so we'll do that. This is something we could have spoke about offer, but
Blackpool, I'll buy him a pint, make up for tomorrow. Sorted, done.
1 pint in Blackpool. Who has that? 6 pints in a fight, mate.
If you're 8, I hope you don't even have half of that, to be honest.
Guys, thank you so much for watching. What day is it? No, tomorrow's Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah,
might well be back tomorrow night actually, because Junior will be asleep. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm thinking. Oh, I wonder why me got a fucking heart attack. Then hello, mate. Hello, what's it?
What if it was him and he's been down there for half hour just staring up?
No, I'd have heard him. He has to walk pretty much above where I am, so I would have heard him. But no, what it was the reflection of this light here in the window moving. So at the corner of my eye, it was like something moving across, and I had a little moment, but it was just a cat opening the door. Bastard, aren't you? The other night, I think it was just after a stream, he just tipped everything fucking over. Cat food, fucking threw it everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, we probably have to do a Thursday show, so I'll probably be back to one. But I'm going to have to take one evening off, so it's probably going to be Friday, so we can do Saturday or something like that.
But because I don't want to be low energy for Saturday. It's bad enough as it is.
Oh no, it would be terrible if you were all sleepy and left before the end, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I know. Well, that's the thing, though. Yeah, but if I'm like that at the very, very start, I'm just fucked. I need to build up my thingy. Wait, does that mean we're doing a drunk cast again then?
Oh, well, yeah.
Okay, then, yeah. All right. Okay.
I might go on the beer this weekend, though. I'll be honest with you. I might switch to the beer, chill it out a bit, because the wine has devastating effects the next morning. No hangovers, though.
Yeah, no, that's a good thing about homebrew, man. Straight through you. Yeah, Fat Belly's saying you can't. Yeah, can you just get Soph to do it? Fuck off. Well, yeah, I could ask her. I'm definitely giving her a drink, because if I'm going to be in here drunkenly shouting, she needs to be in there drunk.
Soph hosted the show and everyone went much better than Graham.
This is much. Well, they'd say that no matter what.
So then you'd be looking after Zelda during the day, and then you'd have to go and sit and be quiet while Soph did the show.
Dude, I would almost give my left nut to sit in a room and know for 2 hours I'm not allowed to do anything right now. It'd be fucking amazing.
Well, hopefully on Saturday, Smoke Steve will be back with us in his trampoline. That's how you know things about it. I really enjoyed watching a grown man jumping up and down.
With his phone cam, though, so there's a weird, like...
So we'll do a show tomorrow night. I'm waiting on hearing back from Jay Hayes about coming on the show. Last night he was talking to me for a while. He's like, "Yeah, we'll do it." And then he drifted off for a bit. So maybe he'll come back. But as soon as I can get Jay Hayes to give us a day that works for him, we'll get him on because he's an interesting guy. I think he'll be quite good. And I'm surprised Happy Dog's not here tonight. Actually, to be honest with you,
I'm glad he's not.
He's calling out with us because I told Stephen not to give him a job last night.
Yeah, no, I'm glad he wasn't here tonight. Didn't miss him.
Cherry get Cherry on. The last time Cherry got in touch, going throw us a link, mate. I did not heard from him since.
Yeah, we were literally
he read it. He read it, and something between reading it and clicking it distracted him, and then he was off.
I know.
But hopefully we'll get Jay on because he's a funny guy. Jay Hayes. He's a big time vape reviewer, but very opinionated, very super opinionated. When I first started watching him, I just thought, I can't hack this. But then I kind of listened.
Which way should I lean then in order to sort of wind him up a little bit? Should I go more left or more right with him?
I think he comes pre-wound.
Does he? Just any opinion. He's like you then. It's no one you get on.
I don't really know him yet. Yeah, but no, I think Jay Hayes is pre-wound, but he is a comedian as well. Stuff. So I think he'd be a cool guest. Or it'd be a car crash. It's a win-win for us, really. But I was trying to explain, it's like, we don't have the figures you do, but we're not a vape show, so we're not trying to milk you. I just think you'd be someone interesting to have on our show.
Yeah. If
you don't tell one of your people, I'm not bothered. I just want you to come and chat with us. I think some of our viewers would enjoy it, and that's it. I don't want your fame or anything else. Just want to talk to you, come and hang out.
Yeah, we don't have the subs or the numbers to be offering anything other than a conversation. If someone wants
also, a lot of people do that, don't they? They try and milk other people's audiences. And
dude, I booked so many guests at Fab Radio on the back of Rich Allen's numbers. Some game developers there, and I'm like, average 10,000 views an hour on Fab 2.
I just try and be honest with them. Lawrence Fox won't. He's just ignoring us. What tends to happen is we approach these people and they ignore us. Like Graham Linehan, he was agreeing. Then he said, "Pass me a link to your show." I did. He's never spoken to me since.
He'd probably be more up for this format, Graham. He'd probably enjoy it.
I asked him, and he was just having none of it. Well, he was until he went and checked it out. And then for some reason, he just decided, that's not for me. But if everyone if you guys want someone on,
yes,
tweet the shit out of them.
Yeah,
tweet the shit out of them for us. Tag us in, and we'll come in and see if we can do it. It's that easy.
There you go. If you want Lawrence Fox, all of you, tweet at him, message him, let him know.
Every single one of you, I'm sure he'd appreciate the shit out of that.
He'd probably quite enjoy logging into the old Twitter right now and seeing people wanting him there. This feels nice.
Yeah, it'd be one of the few shows, one of the very, very few shows where he would go on to be asked, "Why are you so fucking milky toast about this shit, dude? Why don't you really get stuck in?" Get Tommy Robinson again. I don't think he'd come back. He's too...
I think that'd be fucking great, though, if he was just in his PJs. You all right, lads? It'd be great. He's probably loving this. He's not been in trouble. He's not been out.
Very chatty, Tommy, wasn't he, really? Very chatty.
Dead intense.
Yeah. I like those sort of interviews. I have a thing like the Charles Band interview and stuff, and ones I've done with Tom Six and whatever. Some people ask, why aren't you challenging him more? But I always thought the idea was to hear what this person has said. Not me. You hear me giving my opinions fucking constantly. If I have an interview, it's like and I see so many people doing this. You get someone and you show someone cool and interesting, and then talk at them for half an hour. Surely the idea is to just try and get them talking.
I know, yeah. It's a hard balance, though, isn't it, sometimes, because they're like that.
Oh, I love it. The best thing I found it, and this only happened to me, was when an interviewee is not up for it and they just give you a curse and just Just go quiet for a bit and go.
Yeah, like they feel like they have to have done it, and you don't know that because the messages were great and they're positive, and then as soon as it pops on, you're like, "Oh, here we go."
But the best thing to do when they go quiet is just go quiet yourself, and maybe just go like this.
Yeah, just visibly.
And I can say things like, "It was Graham that wanted you on this fucking show, not me. I don't even know who you are."
Me and you just have a mumble chat together. Yeah, sorry, Aidan, mate. I'm really sorry, man.
Mate, this one's a twat.
No,
Don't get him on again.
he's
Right.
he's really good at tweeting, Aidan.
Tim
Sorry.
Pool or Sticks would be funny. Is that Sticks and Hammers the one that should wear a fucking shirt?
Yeah, I don't know what he usually does, I mean,
He never used to.
He never used to. That was his thing. But I mean, I've only watched him sort of last year or so. But because his American political poll analysis is very, very good, so I tend to watch those ones because he knows it.
It's my cat. My cat's here.
Oh, I was going to say, I wonder if you could hear the guy next door to me, like around midnight to 2 a.m., just listens to like Bollywood all night really loud. He fucking loves it. But you know what? Bless him. He's had a hard life, and I'm happy that he's happy.
Bless him. I'm getting him evicted next week.
No, well, that's the thing. He nearly did because he used to live in a flat above someone, and I've seen 3 people move out from that place just traumatized because all night he'd be dancing and moving and that, and then so one day, and I was really worried when I moved here. The place next to me was just empty in that at the same time. And I was like, oh God, who am I going to get as a neighbour? Because I knew I had nice neighbours. And then Grandad moved in next door, the crazy bugger. And I don't care. I'm happy for him.
Daz has just said he's going to spam Timmy Mallet to come on TV, but I fucking love that. I used to, when I used to go to sleep when I was about 11, I'd always have the radio on at bedtime, and it'd be Timmy Mallet because he used to be on in the evenings. And that'd be the show I'd hear as I was nodding off. And as I got older, I could stay up for James H. Reeve, who I still consider as one of the finest broadcasters. But I don't think it works anymore. If he does, fuck knows where it is. But yeah, Timmy Mallet. I'd love to talk to Timmy Mallet. Who wouldn't? Lovely man. Very bubbly.
I'd like that. I'd like the remaining Chuckle Brother on, but I fear I'd get a little bit too emotional. Just be like, he's on his own now. It's like, I've got a wife. I'm all right. I've got friends. Yeah, but
someone's mentioned Richie. I was talking to Richie the other day. The only issue we've got is Richie wakes up on average every day at 5:30 in the morning.
Yep.
We do a show at 11 o'clock at night because it's late night chat. And but we may have to work something out because it's got to be live with Richie. It can't be pre-recorded. That would just not be cool.
He's not got time for that bullshit anyway.
Well, it just wouldn't be cool. I don't think.
Yeah, just get him on and do it.
He wouldn't want it. I wouldn't want it. So we're gonna see what we can work out. If it's one late night or we have to go early one night,
whatever
it is. But if you guys want someone on, you go start tweeting them. Doesn't mean we're obligated, but you go start tweeting them. I'll talk to literally any fucker, so that's fine. And if I really don't like him, great, I'll do it. That's how this shit works.
Is it? I don't know. I like talking to people. Dude, why does it take us 20 minutes to say goodbye to people? Why does it do that?
Because what we're trying to do is all the shit that we'd normally sit talking about afterwards, we get it over and done with now.
Just getting it out of our system now, aren't we? Yeah. Yeah,
fair
play. Which reminds me, I tweeted about this. I don't know if you've seen it. Tomorrow is a feature-length episode of Red Dwarf on Dave, but I'll just get it on whatever. I don't know. Yeah, they've been filming. It's a special. And Friday is the Limmy show.
Do you know what? I will watch neither of those things.
Don't be coming in here with your fucking Red Dwarf judgments right now. That's part of our heritage, Aidan Hewitt.
It's shit.
Oh, yeah, but it's British shit. British shit, Aidan.
When it first started. It's shit now.
Fucking yeah, you know what's going on, Dad. You know what's going on.
I can't comment on Limmy. I've never really watched him, so.
Oh, he's good. He's all right. It's his homemade show.
I can't comment on it. I've just never seen it, but
I saw him live. It was okay.
Yeah, I met him at a charity function. Lovely man.
Did you?
No, I've just not caught that. It's, but I did hear he likes Euro Truck Simulator.
Yeah, he does. I'm the
Which
farming
makes
one.
him a good dude, and the farming not so much, but the Euro Truck Simulator.
Do you know what? He fucking went for it with the Euro Truck Simulator, though. He built like he obviously had a green screen, but he built kind of a cab, and he had to climb into it through the green screen. He bought himself like a steering wheel and the things, and he was literally just bobbing along like that. People could watch him driving. It's fucking mental.
Terrible game. Dad's wrong. I don't give a fuck what you think. I know I'm not wrong. I was there when they started the first series of it, and I sat down and I watched it. And the only reason I used to sit through it is because I put the young ones on after it. And that was all.
Fair enough. Do you know that tweet of mine that you liked earlier about to the BBC about why didn't you ask the NHS all these questions? I've hit a nerve, man, and I've had non-stop FBPE people liking it whilst we've been on air. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. A few of them have followed me as well. They're not going to be happy. It's starting to pick up now.
My favourite new meme. I was saying, have you been missold FBPE? I've really enjoyed that. Anyway, we gotta go because I need to pee. I need to wrap this stuff up. I need to get this game installed on his Xbox for him. Because there's no way he'll sit still for 2 hours while this shit does its thing.
No.
Get all that done for him and then give him the best day we can whilst we're stuck.
Yeah.
In the house. But we'll be back tomorrow night, won't we? We'll be back tomorrow night. We'll talk about the teeth and everything else. Or we'll stagger our nights off, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. But guys, thank you so much for watching. As ever, it's a pleasure. And I'll play you out with a couple of things, of course I will. Good night, everybody.
Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try.
Get up, come on, get down with it, this sickness. Yeah, look at this. I have a donkey here. He's looking at the pool.
Imagine all